Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let's dive into what's shaping up to be one of the most intriguing storylines in the NFL right now, especially for all Steelers fans out there. We're talking about the potential trade buzz surrounding Patrick Queen, the dynamic linebacker from the Minnesota Vikings. If you've been paying attention to the league lately, you know that the Vikings, sitting at a 2-5 record, are desperate to shake things up. Their defense, which has been a major point of concern, is giving up around 27 points per game. That's an issue when you're trying to contend in a tough NFC. It's no secret that they're open to making moves, and one name that's been floating around is Patrick Queen. The Vikings are reportedly willing to part ways with him in exchange for their first-round pick in 2026, and that could be a game-changer for both sides. They're also looking to free up about $12 million in cap space, which they plan to redirect into bolstering their offensive line, an area that's been a weakness all season long. On the other hand, the Pittsburgh Steelers, sitting comfortably at 4-3 and leading their division, are eyeing this potential move with keen interest. They've got around $18 million in cap space available, which gives them some flexibility to make a splash. The Steelers have been searching for a reliable linebacker in coverage after the decline of some veteran players like Robert Spilling. They've been trying to bolster their middle field defense, especially in pass coverage, which has been a bit of a concern at times. Patrick Queen fits that mold perfectly, an athletic, versatile linebacker who can play sideline to sideline, and let's be honest, he's been a standout in the league this season. His stats are impressive: 512 career tackles, 12 sacks, and a PFF grade of 86.7. That's elite level for a linebacker. And in this season alone, up until September 15th, he recorded 48 tackles, 3 pass defenses, and a coverage success rate of 82%. His EPA per tackle is 28, meaning he's making plays that matter, and even with a minor shoulder injury that kept him out briefly, he's been a force. Queen is a pro bowler, often compared to some of the best in the league like Roquan Smith, thanks to his athleticism and instincts. He runs a 4.640-yard dash and has a tackle efficiency of 91%, which surpasses many of his peers like Holcomb, who has a PFF grade of 79. That's the kind of player who could immediately elevate the Steelers' defense, especially in the middle. And let's not forget, the Steelers have been looking for that coverage linebacker after the decline of Roberts. Queen could be the perfect piece to help them improve against the pass, especially with some of the talented quarterbacks they'll face in the second half of the season. Now, looking at the Vikings, odds are they're plus 15-0 to make a deep playoff run this year, and frankly, things don't look too promising. Darnold has been inconsistent with a QBR of 84, and the team's chances of competing for a title seem slim right now. They're more focused on rebuilding and collecting draft picks, like the Packers are doing with their 2024 draft class. For Minnesota, trading Queen might be a strategic move to get young assets and rebuild their roster in the long term, especially considering their struggles in both offense and defense. But for the Steelers, acquiring Patrick Queen could be a turning point. This team has been playing solid football, and with him in the fold, they could take their defense to another level. His ability to boost their pass rush, improve coverage against tight ends and running backs, and add that much-needed speed and athleticism to their linebacker core is exactly what Pittsburgh needs to stay competitive. Remember, in recent games, the Steelers' run defense has shown signs of improvement, especially with Duggar stepping in and helping reduce the average yards allowed per game from 118 to 95. That's an 18% increase in stops, which is significant. By adding Queen, who elevates pressures from 28% to 35% during blitzes, they could emulate some of the top-tier defenses in the league. His blitzing ability and coverage skills are comparable to some of the best linebackers out there, and that's exactly the kind of impact player who can turn the tide in close games, especially in playoff scenarios. If we look at the bigger picture, Queen's presence could be a major factor in the Steelers' Super Bowl aspirations. His performance in the postseason, particularly against powerful running backs like Derrick Henry, could be a difference maker. His tackles, coverage, and ability to read plays quickly make him a true X-factor. The odds for a Super Bowl run have already improved for the Steelers, with some betting sites now listing their chances at plus 850, up from plus 800 earlier in the season. Queen's addition could be the catalyst that pushes them from a good team to a championship contender. His role in run defense, especially against teams that rely heavily on their RBs, is crucial, and he has the talent and instinct to be that game changer. Looking back at the history of the Steelers' defense, this franchise has always been known for its tough, physical, and smart defenders. Legends like Jack Lambert and Troy Polamalu set the standard, and now, Patrick Queen has the potential to be that next iconic figure in Pittsburgh. His ability to anchor a defense that's looking to be legendary once again is evident. The team's coaching staff clearly sees his potential too, and if the trade happens, it could be one of the most impactful moves of the season for the Steelers. They've been building a solid team foundation, focusing on improving their secondary and linebacker core, and adding a player like Queen could be the final piece in their puzzle. Now, let's consider the tactical side of this potential move. The Steelers have been playing a 4-3 base defense, which allows them to maximize the skills of their linebackers in both coverage and run stopping. With Duggar and Queen side by side, they form a formidable duo capable of handling diverse offensive schemes. Queen's ability to cut passes in the middle of the field by 12% is a huge advantage, especially against high-powered offenses that rely on quick, short passes to their playmakers. His presence in blitz packages also elevates the pressure on quarterbacks, forcing hurried throws and creating turnovers. That kind of impact can shift momentum in critical moments, especially in playoff games. And let's not forget, the Steelers' defense is already trending upward. Since Duggar's arrival, the team has improved significantly in stopping the run. Their yards allowed per game have dropped from 118 to 95, which is a clear sign of their increased defensive tenacity. Adding Queen would further enhance this, giving Pittsburgh a linebacker who can excel in coverage, blitzing, and tackling. His versatility makes him an ideal fit for the Steelers' defensive philosophy, tough, disciplined, and aggressive. This combination could make them a nightmare for opponents, particularly in postseason scenarios where every possession counts. In terms of the overall AFC landscape, this potential trade could ripple across the division. The Steelers are already at the top of their division, but with Queen bolstering their defense, they could become even more formidable. The Ravens, often their main rivals, have struggled with consistency at times, especially in their linebacker core, and the Bengals are still trying to find their rhythm. The addition of a player like Queen could give Pittsburgh a distinct edge, not just in regular season matchups, but in the critical playoff push. It's about making a statement, about showing the league that the Steelers are serious contenders once again, not just in name, but in talent and execution. Looking ahead, the playoff picture is shaping up to be intense, and teams that can bolster their rosters at the right moment will have an advantage. The Steelers have the talent, the coaching, and now, possibly, the opportunity to add a player who can be a cornerstone of their defense for years to come. Patrick Queen's impact could extend beyond just this season. If he joins Pittsburgh, he could help them build a dynasty, much like the legendary defenses of the past. It's rare to find a linebacker with his combination of athleticism, instincts, and production, and the Steelers know that they're in a prime position to make a move that could define their season. So, in conclusion, this is more than just a trade rumor. It's about a team that's looking to elevate its game, a franchise that's hungry for a return to glory, and a player who has the talent to be a difference maker at the highest level. The potential acquisition of Patrick Queen by the Steelers could be the move that sets them apart in a highly competitive AFC. It's about adding speed, coverage ability, and a relentless attitude to a defense that's already on the rise. As the season progresses and the trade deadline approaches, all eyes will be on Pittsburgh to see if this bold move materializes. And if it does, Steelers fans, buckle up. Because this could be the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with hope, resilience, and the pursuit of another Super Bowl. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Patrick Queen is the perfect fit to boost this defense? Are you excited about the possibility of him wearing the black and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Remember, the NFL season is full of surprises, and this storyline could be one of the most significant of all. I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and inside info, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. Thanks for being here, and as always, let's keep the passion alive. Because the Steelers are more than just a team, they're a family.